Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly and welcome back to another video. Euro 2020 has finally begun and Matchday 1 certainly has been full of drama and full of a lot of different emotions. It's time for us to talk about it. Let's get into it. Also, before we do begin actually, I am aiming to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the Euros. It's very unlikely. We're currently 90 away at the minute. Share it around with a few of your friends into any group chats you have, any of that kind of crack, lads. You know how we do around here and we might just be able to hit it. But anyway, on with the show. The Euros kicked off with Italy taking on Turkey in Rome, and a lot of people, including myself, going into this tournament have really hyped up Turkey and have given them that kind of potential to be a real dark horse in the tournament, and it's with good reason, to be honest. However, it's fair to say that they really just didn't show up in this opening game, let's be honest. It took Italy until the second half to take the lead when Demiral scored an OG forced in by Berardi. Further goals from Immobile and Insigne wrapped up the 3 points for Roberto Mancini's men. A real statement from them in Rome on opening night. I have to say they really did impress me, and I wouldn't have considered Italy as one of the favourites necessarily going into this tournament, but after that performance and that victory, I think it's fair to say they were up there with the most convincing sides in Matchday 1, if not the most convincing. Day 2 kicked off with the second game in Group A between Wales and Switzerland in Baku. Breel Embolo gave Switzerland the lead just after half time, and then Kiefer Moore with a terrific header saved a point for Wales with about 15 minutes left. Now I think it's fair to say that a 1-1 draw is the absolute fair result in this game. Later on that day then we had the scariest moment I think I have ever witnessed during a football match between Denmark and Finland. Christian Eriksen collapsed on the pitch on the stroke of half time with what we later found out to be a cardiac arrest. I have to say it was an absolutely horrifying incident to have to see during a football match. Since then we've learned that he's on the road to recovery and he's doing okay, but oh my god lads, I genuinely don't think I've ever been as scared for somebody's life during a football match. But can I just say, well fucking done to the Danish players for coming to their teammates' aid when he needed them the most, and in particular Simon Kjær, who managed to get him into the recovery position and realistically potentially could have saved his life in that one instance. Also, Kasper Schmeichel once again showcasing his captain's attributes that he has, arranging his players into that kind of human shield around Eriksen to avoid any cameras getting in on him or whatever, and then obviously going to console Eriksen's absolutely horrified wife. It was top class from particularly them two, Simon Kjær and Kasper Schmeichel. And also well done to Anthony Taylor for just how swiftly he acted, stopping the game, getting him the medical attention he needed. But can I just say, shame on the television broadcasters for showing us everything. From the medics running on and giving him CPR to jumping him to just try and save him, showing us shots of his horrified wife who was on the side of the pitch. Like, we didn't need to see that. And I know a lot of people, this is a debate a lot of people have been having. Yes, the main broadcast footage comes from UEFA, but ITV, BBC, RTE, whoever, showed what they showed, could have easily cut back to the studio at any time, or even to different shots around the stadium. I thought it was just lacking in any class at all. It was fairly disgusting, to be quite honest with you. Unfortunately, Denmark went on to lose the game after the game was restarted at 7:30. Great win for Finland, but tough on Denmark, you have to say. How mentally draining would it have been for them players to go through what they went through and then go out and try and get a result against Finland? Unfortunately, they couldn't, but yeah, scary stuff. The final game of that day seen Belgium make a similar statement to Italy, really. A 3-0 win over Russia thanks to a brace from Romelu Lukaku and Thomas Meunier also on the score sheet for Martinez's side. Sunday then seen the eagerly anticipated beginning of England's Euro 2020 campaign as they took on the team who knocked them out of the World Cup back in 2018, Croatia. They were looking to get revenge, and that is exactly what they did. It was Raheem Sterling's second half goal, latching in on the through ball of Calvin Phillips and finishing to give England the win. And they were full value for it. They were by far the better side. Croatia really didn't impress me at all. I don't think they're anywhere near as good a side as they were back in 2018 when they got to the final and ultimately lost to France. Great win for England, great performance as well. Let's just hope they don't ruin it now. Oh, God. What are you doing, you fucking idiot. Seriously, what is that man even achieving there? Seriously. The taking of the knee, it's taking up about 0.4% of your day, mate. Just go off and make a fucking sandwich or something while it's happening. Dickhead. On to Group C then, and despite Goran Pandev becoming North Macedonia's first ever goal scorer at a major tournament, they couldn't get the win over Austria as they won by 3-1. Liner, Gregoric and Arnautovic got the 3 goals for Austria. And then later on that evening we seen what was quite possibly game of the tournament so far, as Holland, who despite going 2-0 up and throwing away that lead against Ukraine, managed to get all 3 points in Amsterdam thanks to a late winner from Dumfries. And it was quite questionable goalkeeping by the Ukrainian goalkeeper, let's be honest. On to day 4 then, and Scotland were defeated by 2-0 at Hampden Park by Czech Republic, and you'd have to say 2 absolutely terrific goals by Willenny. I mean Patrick Schick, the second of which was just absolutely unbelievable from the halfway line. Unbelievable whippage he gets past it to beat David Marshall in the Scots goal, who had a couple of clear-cut chances themselves, you'd have to say, but just a lack of a clinical edge, and they'll be really disappointed with this result, Scotland. This will have been the one really that they will have been looking at saying, this is the one we can get 3 points in. England and Croatia still to come for them. England next on Friday, in fact. Slovakia beat all the odds to beat Poland in their Group E opener thanks to a rather unfortunate own goal from Wojciech Szczesny and a brilliant finish by Skriniar in the second half. All that after Linetti had drawn Poland level just after the break. They were a little bit unfortunate to see Krychowiak sent off, but a great win from Slovakia, and as I said, beating all the odds. I wouldn't have expected them to get the result. And the last game of the day seen us with the very first 0-0 draw of the tournament, as Spain and Sweden played out a stalemate in Seville, and it was no thanks to Alvaro Morata, who was showing shades of his Chelsea number 9 days, missing at least one clear-cut opportunity where he should have scored, and Marcus Berg didn't exactly cover himself in glory for Sweden either. On to day 5 then, and the group of death began as Portugal beat Hungary by 3-0. They left it really, really late, didn't they? A deflected Rafael Guerrero shot giving them the lead before, you guessed it, 2 from Cristiano Ronaldo, one of which being a penalty as he becomes the top scorer in European Championship history. An unbelievable feat for one of the greatest goal scorers, if not the greatest goal scorer the world has ever seen. And France have just beaten Germany in the second game of the day. An own goal by Mats Hummels in the first half. Not an awful lot he could have done about it, really. Just couldn't get his feet sorted out. They did get 2 more goals that were ruled out by VAR for offside from Mbappe and Benzema, but a good start for the world champions in Group F. And that is it, lads. That was match day 1. It was very, very eventful. And I have to say, the Ericsson incident aside, obviously, I'm really, really enjoying this tournament. It's entertaining, there's bizarre moments, there's been some unbelievable goals. You think of Patrick Schick's goal, as I mentioned, and Yarmolenko against Holland. It's been a really, really entertaining start. Let's hope the match day 2 and the rest of the tournament lives up to that billing. But that's where I'm going to leave this video, lads. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. And as I said at the beginning of the video, subscribe if you are new. And I will catch you later.